Hello, hello. Happy Mindset Monday. Bianca, hello. Let me get this Facebook going too. How are we doing? Gina, Alejandra, Stephanie, Jen Shay. Oh, wait. Jen Shay is... Shit. Janin. Hello, Janin. Ashley, Jules, Masumi, Anna, Beck. Hello. Ella, Fairy Cat. Oh, my God. I love that. Fairy Cat. Dina, hello. Zainer, Alicia, Colby, excuse me. Despicable, hello. Long time no see. Sarah, Alicia, Nissa, Karina, Snow White. Oh my God, Snow White's here, you guys. We have a celebrity in our midst. Let me just get, oh, thanks, Facebook. That was nice. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Okay. Oh, let's turn her volume down. So she doesn't listen to herself. Nalini, Brenda, in the Facebook chat. How are you doing? Okay. Santa, Kyla, Shazzy. Santa, good to see you. Hope you're doing well since last week. Abby. Vu, Winter's Eve, Rose Petal AM, Kelly, Noel. An Angel's Kiss in Spring. Magdalena, voila, Renee. Hello. Yes, I am doing Q&A. Christina, Brandon Cortez, hello. I don't know where the cat is, so we'll see when she pops up. Alexis says, hi, Roxy, loving the podcast so much lately. Thank you, Alexis. I appreciate that. It's been fun. I'm trying to, there's been a couple people that are, saying like, I like the other format better, which, like, I get that. I know, like, obviously visually it looks much better. And sound wise, it's not just me like rambling and I talk so fast, especially when I'm like on a roll. So I get that it's different. I'm just like, I'm trying to find a way to fit that back into my life. Like, if you guys knew how much time I was spending just on doing YouTube videos before I kind of pulled back, like, it's just so much. And like, I just feel like if I am promoting and speaking to you guys about taking control of your life and doing what you love and doing what you want to do, then I need to lead by example and not be working my ass to the bone, just on YouTube videos alone. Like, and then that's not even counting running my business or coaching or, anything else. So it's like, anywho, like, at least this format right now is offering me some personal freedom so that I can like enjoy my life. I know I don't know if that sounds dramatic or fucked up, but that's really the truth. Is like, oh, is it 70K today? Yay! Oh my God. We're at 70K. That's so awesome. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Anyways, I know that they're different. I will come back with the same videos again, because I personally I like that that's in my library, and I like those videos, and I'm proud of them, and I think they're very beautiful and they're very well done. And obviously the message I stand behind, of course. So I love them. It's just, to do all that, like you guys have seen me on the style channel, like it takes me 4 hours to get ready just to get into my costume. And then it usually takes like 2 to 3 hours to film the week's videos. And then Ryland spends a bunch of time editing them. And then we get together and go over the final edit. And that can take hours sometimes. And then it's like the SEO for each individual video. It's so much that people don't understand. Actually, I said it last week. Anyways, I will be back with the OG style Roxy Talks videos at some point. I just don't know when, because again, frankly, I'm just trying to make peace in my life and have enjoyment and space for me to be Roxanne and not Roxy Talks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any room in my life at all for like Roxanne. It's like everything is like Roxy Talks 24/7. So it's just not like the most healthy way to live, and I wouldn't suggest it to other people, so I shouldn't be doing it myself. So any hoodles, that's why the podcast is the way it is right now, and the videos and stuff. And we'll be putting like, there'll be like those more. I have new affirmations videos coming out in February, and a new affirmations album coming to iTunes and on Spotify and all that. It's going to be available for pre-sale starting, I think it's like the 26th. They only give you like a week. Like the 26th of January, you can get pre-sale on the, it's all love affirmations. It's 4. So, and then they'll be on YouTube. You've heard 2 of them already, the commitment and then the last SP. And then there'll be a communication, and then like a sexy, like attraction, sexy time one. So that one's quite spicy. And yeah, let's see what else I want to tell you guys. Oh yeah, so the SPW, sorry, you guys probably don't know by that name. The Specific Person Workshop is our best, our biggest best-selling workshop. It is like, I'm very proud of it. It's like, for me, so far, it's like the crown and glory of my work, I think. So that is being updated and added to, and that's relaunching on February 1st. The price will go up. We put a lot of stuff into it, but there's going to be a lot more content in it. There's going to be a new free webinar that everybody can watch. More updates, lots more content in the Specific Person Workshop. So anybody that's already in there will obviously get the updates when they happen. But if you, so if you want to get it before the price increase, that's February 1st, just so everyone knows. And then you'll be kind of like grandfathered in. What else? There's something else. Oh yeah. And then the scripting workshop and the mental diet workshop are being taken off my website as individual items. And then they will be available later as a, like with other things, but they're not going to be for sale on their own anymore. So if you wanted the scripting workshop or the mental diet workshop, get it before soon. Okay. Now I'm going to set my timer. I was thinking about this. I've been watching Emily D. Baker and, oh, Malachi, hi. Emily D. Baker and B. Lucille. And they go live. And I've just been watching how other, YouTubers are doing their lives. And we've been doing this thing where I've been doing like manifestation questions and then queuing it, like just personal stuff at the end. And I decided that instead of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it all together. I'm going to, I'm not going to be like only manifestation questions and I'm not answering them anymore. I'm going to go for an hour and a half, set the timer. We'll do all kinds of questions, personal ones for me, manifestation questions. If you guys want, if you want to ask me personal questions, I'll answer them. Manifestation questions, of course. And I want to know more about you guys. Like, I realize I'm like, I've been going live for like a year. No, I've been going on for like 2 years. And I never hardly ever ask you guys about you. So I want to do that now. So we're studying this now. Okay. So first things first. How you doing? How are things? And Angel's Kiss in Spring says, I love the mental diet workshop. Thank you. Janina. Hello, Roxy. I missed you. Oh, I missed you too. I'm glad you're here. Rihanna. I like the way your name is spelled. That's a really cool spelling. Says, thank you, Roxy, for everything. You have changed my life. You are truly amazing. Love you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Noelle says, I have a question about long distance relationship and how would I manifest that attraction? Okay. So like the thing about long distance is that the distance is just an illusion. You just think it's there and that's why it's there. As weird as that sounds, it's just distance is an illusion because we're all connected and we're all one. So when you think there's separation, there will be, or, the reason for what I have found in my coaching is that people who have long distance relationships in general have an issue somewhere in their story that has to do with either keeping people at an arm's length distance, protecting themselves from being hurt. Generally, it's like it's hard to say, like just so vague, like why it happens. But for the most part, it's usually it's like a protection thing. It's like I can keep you this far away so that there's just no way you get close enough to hurt me as bad as I've been hurt in the past, or as bad as I'm afraid I'll be hurt, or something like that. So somebody who's manifesting long distance, just understand that that's like the reason that you have a relationship that is not close to you is because it's part of your programming and the internal story that you're telling. Or it could be external story, of course. That's the story you're telling the dialogue that goes on in your mind and out of your mouth. And once you stop speaking about distance and thinking that it's an issue, it's not going to be. And then simultaneously, you're going to work on whatever is underlying there, looking at your underlying beliefs and stuff like that about why you would manifest space and separation between you, and what that, where are you protecting yourself in that sense. And then just use your affirmations and your manifestations and your words exactly the way you would be if the person was next door to you, or, you know, or in the same city as you. Cutting out the talk of distance and the idea that distance is there invalidates the distance, because it's not real. So changing up your story, don't worry about how the attraction is going to build, because that is manifesting. What you're doing is manifesting a reality where there's no fucking possible way that this is going to happen, because they don't live here. So don't do that. Instead, just talk about how you feel and what it's like and what it feels like in the world you live in, being so attractive to that person and how much they want to be in your world, period. Don't worry or even include or consider the distance in the equation, because when you do, that's what creates the distance. But when you realize there is no actual distance, then there isn't. You realize it's not there. That makes sense. Okay, it's so crazy. Birdie song. I felt your comment without even reading that, because while I was saying this, I was like, in my head, obviously all these questions apply to everybody in general, but like in my head, I was thinking like, there's definitely going to be somebody else on here that is long distance that needs to hear this. And then I look up in Birdie's song, like while I was saying that, says, this is so great because I'm in the same situation. Oh my God. I just remember I had a weird, there was like a weird psychic thing that happened this week, but now I can't remember what it was. Cindy, would be amazing if you said hi. Hi, Cindy. Debaz says, what distance? We are all right next door to one another. Yes, exactly. That's so true. We are all next door to each other. Zamina says, how to deal with feeling guilty for manifesting something negative when the good outcome was already unwinding. Okay, because the deal is that you don't know that it's bad or negative, and don't call it that, because you don't know what's on that pathway to it. Like life, I think, probably, and let's not affirm this, but might always have ups and downs, right? Like that part might be unavoidable. If you listen to like Abraham Hicks, she talks about contrast, and how contrast, while not only does it, like, you know, how do I say it? Like, you know, you don't know what you like. You don't know what's good until you experience bad, right? Like that's part of why we do have bad, is so that we can feel how good the good actually is. There's that aspect. And then there's the other aspect of, in their practice, you know, the second that you have declared that you don't want something, it instantly makes the thing that you do want available, right? It makes it obvious. So to you, and it's just as viable, in my words, just as viable for you to get to that reality as it is to the reality that you were originally going to. So, and then also it's like, so negative or whatever bad things might happen just because we're human beings, and that's what Earth part of the deal, good and bad. We know that, right? Like they've been telling that's in the Bible, right? Like the devil and God or whatever. So like, it's just, it's that dichotomy is kind of like, might always be here. So your job is to not assign that role to anything in your world, because when you assign that, oh, that's negative, that's bad, now you've just signed up for more negative and bad, and you've agreed that bad and negative is in your world, where if you could have just been like, oh, something that's good, because whatever that was, obviously good things are unfolding. So if this is part of the thing, whoo, all right, I'm strapped in, I'm ready to go. This ride might get wild, but I'm ready for it, because I don't know how it's going to unfold. And who am I to say that that thing that I called negative was not a necessary part of the overall unfolding for this thing to come to me? And really, who's to say? Because if when you say it is negative, that's when it becomes negative. It wasn't before, but because you said it was, now it's negative. So unsay it. It's okay. It's all good. It's still working out, and don't think it's not. Because when you think it's not working out, you're making it not work out because you're choosing that reality. Just lost the super chat. Where did that go? Craig, Felicia, Tiffany, hi. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. She sent a super chat to say the Monday affirmations email super powered my day. Thank you for it. Yay. Thank you. That's so awesome. That was like totally the point of it. I was like, how can I say that? Like, these are like, good Monday. You know, I was like, working with the subject line when I sent the email. I was like, no, good Monday doesn't work. Like, I need like a powerful Monday. So I'm so glad to hear that the intention worked. Z Booksy says my mic is acting up. Is it still? Is everybody hearing me weird? Also, anybody in the Facebook chat, if you are doing chats, I don't see them coming through. I don't know what the fuck's up with Facebook chat. Okay, everyone says the sound is good. Okay, so who said that? Z Booksy, it might be your speakers. Sorry. Okay, what do we got? Okay, Alicia says, I heard that only we can attract our specific person, even a celebrity, and that no one else can do this except us. I do not get it. Like, what is when my friend wants to attract the same celeb? Okay, so what you're hearing, okay, I heard that only we can attract our specific person, even a celebrity, and that no one else can do this except us. Okay, so first of all, just think about what you're saying. Like, if that's true, then like nobody would be in a relationship in the entire world except you. Right? Like, that doesn't make sense. So what I think you're saying is that only, okay, you guys don't have to say how much you'd love to get an answer from me. Okay, if I see it like I want to answer it, I will. Like, you don't have to tell me. Anywho, so sorry. It's okay. We're good. It's like, I mean, like, literally, there's so many comments coming through. If I see it, I see it. If I don't, I don't. Like, So anyways, just so happens that, like, I was already reading your comment and I see below that you're like, it would be great if you saw it. Like, I already saw it before I saw that. So you really don't need to say that kind of stuff. Anyways, here's the answer to your question. Only you can attract your specific person, even a celebrity, and that no one else can do that except us. Can't be true at all because other people are in relationships. So what that's saying is that in your reality, you are the only one that has the manifesting power. Meaning that if you wanted to manifest a specific person for yourself, then assuming you had all your thoughts, all your ducks in a row and all your thoughts aligned and you were staying on top of it and staying in the new reality, only you, if you want to think about it like that, would be able to manifest them for I see what you're saying. I get it. Because now that as I'm saying it out loud, it makes sense kind of, but it's like, that's not the whole story. So like, because only you in your reality have the manifesting power, that somebody like couldn't, it's like they can't manifest somebody away from you unless you push them away. Unless you give the person the power to, right? Like, unless you use your words, which is what manifests, to drive them into the arms of someone else, or just by default, it was just, the default assignment that was sent to that celebrity, or, the default assignment of celebrities are over here and untouchable, and I'm a regular person and therefore separate and not capable of bridging this gap. These are assigned roles that we're sending out to the people in our world. So, it's like, if you believe that you can get your person, then you can, because it's you manifesting it. But if you let like doubts and worries and fears and insecurities and all that shit take over, then they probably will win out. The probabilities are in line for it too, I guess. If that's the one, if those are the realities you're entertaining more during the day. So I don't know. I just I get where that notion's coming from, but it's like it's just not telling the whole story. And like if you and your friend were competing for the same person, you decide who wins, not your friend, not the other person. You decide with your thoughts, beliefs, fears, worries, doubts, insecurities, expectations, yada, yada, yada. So yes, in your reality, you're the only one that could technically, no, but you're, man, it's a weird, it's a weird, it's kind of paradoxical. I guess I'm having a hard time explaining, but if you understand that in your chosen reality, which is the only one you experience, that you will manifest what you think is possible for you and the other people around you, and that your friend in their reality, whatever they're manifesting, can't even touch your mind because you're not in that reality. You're in this one, and you're manifesting your friend to be the way that you're manifesting them to be, not the way that their true, I don't know, like person is. You're manifesting a version of them out of infinite versions, whereas they're manifesting a version of you out of infinite versions. So in your version, you are the one with manifesting power. So if you want that celebrity, it's yours. If you say it is, if you say you can't, then you can't. If you say that someone else might have a better chance at it, then they do. It's just what you say in your reality. So what it boils down to is whatever you say it is, that's what it is, period. Okay. Nolan says, how often should you affirm? Always. Every thought is an affirmation. You're never not affirming. So it's less about how often do I affirm and more so like, what are you affirming in this moment? Because you're affirming something. Soph says, is it normal to feel a little less is it normal to feel a little disconnected and less focused on manifesting? Where did that go? Shit. Damn it. Okay, here we go. Is it normal to feel a little less disconnected? Is it normal to feel a little disconnected and less focused on manifesting SP when working on your self-concept? Yes, 100%. Not only is it normal, it is what is required because like we just said in the last question, you are the one manifesting. So why the fuck would you think that working on them is more important than working on you? And I'm not saying why the fuck to you, that's to everybody. And that's said with love. That's just how my language works, guys. Sorry. I don't mean to be, I'm like, why the fuck would you think that? But I mean it with love. Like, it's not like a mean thing. I'm just like, I don't know. That's just how my words come out. So I poly. But like, yeah. So, is it normal? Yes. And when you start to focus more on yourself, that's a good sign. And just know that you have like, basically you call it, you're the next chapter of your book or whatever. You have turned the corner. You have made progress. You have taken a step forward in your manifestation because it has to fall on you. You are the one doing it. So your concept of your ability to manifest must be addressed. Fucking with them the whole time is not going to get you what you want because you are going to fuck it up again somehow with your own shit that you didn't deal with if you don't. So you're in a great spot. Congratulations. Keep us posted. Aquarian cat, hello. Okay, it says, I need your help. No, you don't, but I will help you. But no, you don't need it. You have all the answers yourself. I keep having thoughts on my SP is not for me right now, but for me in the near future. And I'm starting to think that's why we aren't in a relationship yet. Okay. I mean, the near future could be tomorrow. What I just said to the last person is exactly the same thing to you. Good. Your SP, clean up the story of your SP, put them on the shelf, send them away. Whatever they're doing it on the shelf, doing what you said they were doing. Okay. Just like the elf on a shelf, he's wherever we last left him. Okay. So put your clean up the story. SP is doing great. We're both working on ourselves and we're becoming the exact versions that we need to be to make this relationship ideal. Okay, great. Send them away and know now that whatever they're doing, sorry, I didn't mean to say he, this person, whatever they're doing, it is aligned with the reality of you two being perfectly ready for your relationship. Happy, healthy, whole. Okay. So in the meantime, you need to do your own self-concept work. If you feel you're starting to think that, okay, now here's the deal. Here's two things right now. One of the thing is it's like you're starting to think that it's not for you now, it's for the near future. One thing I can say is that, okay, so whatever is causing that, let's say that that's doubt. Let's say the cause of this is doubt. Let's say that one cause is doubt and one cause is your body telling you, or your whatever is in here telling you that you need to work on yourself and put this on pause. Okay. If it's doubt doing the work here that's telling you that's not for you right now, I will say that that sounds like you're not flipping your thoughts. You're not fully doing the work of, and not just flipping the thoughts. I want to say this because I had a session with Caitlin, one of our moderators, and she was saying interrupting the thoughts. She didn't tell me the YouTuber's name that she got that from, so I can't give credit. I apologize. And if Caitlin is, I don't know, Caitlin, I don't think she's able to come this time. But Caitlin, if you watch this back, you can leave a comment, please, of the YouTuber's channel that you mentioned that said interrupting the thought, which is just totally exactly the same thing. I'll say, I always say, like, the second you realize you're doing it, or I'll tell my clients, do you want to finish your sentence or do you want to get to your desired reality? Same idea. If interrupting the thought is an easier concept to understand than flipping it, same thing. It's just like not letting that thought get the airtime and saying something else instead. So if doubt is what's causing you, doubt like in your ability to get the relationship or whatever doubt might be in your world is what is starting to allow these thoughts in, then I will say you need to be on top of your thoughts more, because you're letting doubts creep in. You're not flipping. You're not doing your story. Sounds like you're not disciplined enough if that's doubt. If, on the other hand, though, you are doing the work and it's the necessary evolution into self-concept work like we were just talking about in the last question, then you're on the right path. And that's where you should be going anyways. And you need to be working on yourself to get the relationship where it is, because if you were the version of you that was ready for that relationship, you'd be in it already, right? And you wouldn't be thinking like, this isn't right now. I mean, we should be doing this later. So trust your intuition. Either way, it's not going to be bad. Either way, if you're like, you know what, actually, okay, I'm going to work on myself. I know that whatever's going on with my SP is unfolding for us and for me, and it's all good. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on myself. Either way, that's going to be so much better than whatever you're doing right now. Or at least like it'll progress you that way, because that's part of the deal. You got to get there. And thank you so much. Oh my God, SG. SG says, hey, Miss Thing, girl, I'm just waiting for the second part of the stream where we get to talk to Roxy. Couldn't care less about manifesting, to be honest. Okay, that's funny, because I decided, I was like, maybe I'll sprinkle in the personal questions and the manifesting stuff all together, so that we're not like having this like, okay, now if you're talking about manifesting, you can go fuck yourself. Like, I don't want to do that to people. And also I realized like I never asked you guys about you. So I want to do all of that and mix everything together. So perfect timing. Let's talk about you guys. I want to know, like, tell me you guys' favorite, what kind of music do you guys listen to? You guys ask me that a lot. And I always listen to music, and I pretty much only listen to music on YouTube or like on I showed you guys my record players up here, or records. Oh, we have 2 reggae people in a row. You guys should be friends. You both answered immediately. Well, reggaeton and reggae, okay. Camila Cabello, pop music. Okay, let me ask you guys, what is considered pop music nowadays? Because that was just like the oldest thing I've ever said. What is pop now? Because like I don't even know what's considered pop anymore. I don't listen to it. Let's see, rap, Lana Del Rey, pop, house, a lot of hip hop and R&B. I love Hailong. I've never heard of that. I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Trap music, Shawn Mendes. K-pop, trance, Taylor Swift, Ariana. Dean listens to pop. Cindy, thank you so much, babe. I appreciate you. Mostly 80s records, LPs from that era. Oh my gosh, DeBoz, we need to have a record comparison day. If this wasn't on, like, I obviously can't. Well, I guess I could flip my laptop around. I don't have that many records, but I don't know, like, I don't know, 50 maybe. Rose says, I love music that gets me on a high vibration. I listen to Obsessed and then I imagine boys are obsessed with me. Nice. Of course they are. In a good way, in a healthy way, right? Gina says Taylor Swift, Mariah, Britney, Selena, Haim. It's Haim. I keep saying it wrong, right? Whitney Houston, ABBA. Okay. Quinn says pop nowadays scares the fuck out of you. Gus Dapperton. I've never heard of that. Gloria says you should rap. I do rap a little bit. So you guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but Malachi and I used to be in a group together. Like that's how we met. Back in Colorado on 11/11/11. I answered a Craigslist ad because he was looking for a singer for his little hip hop group, and we became like a little trio. We have a fucking music video. Sometimes I don't want to tell you guys because like I am very embarrassing in it. Malachi, like Oscar winning performer. Like he's like the best. Like I'll still watch it to this day and like crack up at him because he's so funny, and his personality is so hilarious, and it's just like so on display in this video. He's so good. And then me, I'm like so awkward, and like I was like trying like to act cool. Like I was trying to act right. Like before I feel like I've gotten better at acting, and like there was a time when I just was like not good at acting. This video is part of, anyways. So yeah, we had a group and we were like, it was kind of like Black Eyed Peas a little bit, I guess you could say, where it was like poppy hip hop, and I would like sing and rap on it. I'm trying to decide if I should tell you what it's called. Is he still here? He must not be here anymore because I think he would have fucking said something about it. Ariana Grande, Eminem, Ariana, country pop. A lot of country pop in the charts at the moment too. Kimberly says, hey, I'm a 55-year-old grandmother and I listen to everything. Punk. Oh, Aquarium, we got a punk person. Nice. Okay. Okay. Hailong is like tribal Nordic chants of. Oh, that's cool. That sounds cool. Tell us about manifesting looking 15 years younger. You're getting younger every day. You look great. Love looking in the mirror. Lorena McKenna. I've never heard of that. Jazz. Nice. My grandma on my dad's side is jazz. So I have such a special place in my heart for jazz music. Rap, Weekend. I love The Weeknd so much. I just want to like, he's so precious. I just want to like squeeze him. He's just the preciousest. Grunge, me too. I do love grunge. Kat Dahlia. Damn, that bitch can sing. She has such a great voice. Kimberly says pop is a new country. I didn't know that. Okay, sorry. Are we going too much into a music chat? And I'm just saying, all I'm doing is saying genres out loud. If anybody's listening back, they're like, okay, Roxy's just saying music genres out loud. That's all that's happening. JoJo, she can sing too. Claire Lefoot, Cleo, Christina, and the Queens. I never heard of any of that shit. I feel like I'm not. Burna Boy, nope, never heard of it. Willow Smith, okay. Willow Smith collab with Giovanni Harrison. Okay, I don't know anybody, you guys, that's young. Tiny? Is that like Tiny from like Escape? Because I know her from those days. Okay, all right. A freaking driver's license song. What? Belly dancing? Christine the Queens came up again. Okay. Oh, another one. Some of you guys need to tell me what this is. Okay, I've never heard of it. Nirvana and Hole. Yes. Nice. Yes. Amy Winehouse, of course. Boycott the Grammys for not nominating The Weeknd. His new video. Why? Oh my God. Okay. So, you know, on YouTube, when you're on YouTube and you hover over a video and it gives you like a little GIF of what's in the video. Why is the GIF from The Weeknd's new video the scene where it looks like he's pissing on the fucking Grammys video? I was like dying because we watched the video and my husband and I were like, I was like, it looks like he's pissing on their faces. And we're like cracking up. And then like after the video was over and it was like back to the main screen, I was like, oh my God, the gif of the video is that scene. Anyways, I love him so much. Like, I love him so much. I just want to squeeze his little expressions. Watch all of the Weeknd's videos for his new album are fucking, especially In Your Eyes. Oh my God. In Your Eyes. Such a great, that video should get an Oscar. Miley has a beautiful voice. Yes, she does. And Halsey. Lana for life. We do love Lana's music. Marina and the Diamonds, of course. Bewitched. That's a fucking throwback. Tina Turner. Oh my God, Tina Turner. One of my favorite songs of all time is River Deep, Mountain High. Yeah, I was actually, okay, yeah. People are dropping off. They're like, I want to hear her talking about music. I don't care if they leave. I mean, I care. I do care. I love you guys. But, you know, we're talking, whatever. We're trying to, we got. All right, let's ring it in. Rein it in. Phil Spector did just pass away. I'm not going to. I am a huge fan of Phil Spector's music. I always have been, obviously, but I'm not a fan of the fucking bullshit that he did. So, okay. In Your Eyes, amazing. Okay, all right, we gotta get back to manifesting so people want to come back to the job. Okay, so maybe, all right, we'll see how this is gonna work. I'm just trying to keep Mindset Monday interesting to you guys. Okay, let's see. Pink, yeah, she also has a great voice. Okay, all right. Somebody says, Sabrina says, sometimes I'm so scared to manifest because I feel like if I can manifest something good, I'm afraid I can accidentally manifest something bad. Okay, here's the deal. Like, however old you are, you've been already doing it for that long. So, like, what are you afraid of? You've given yourself the worst of the worst already. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, when I hear people say this, I'm like, this is somebody that doesn't understand that manifesting is not, like, manifesting is life, and you've already been doing it. So what you need to be more worried about or focused on is not allowing in thoughts that turn into negative manifestations. That's the problem, is that you dwell too much or for too long or expect things to happen that you don't want to experience. And so when you do that, they manifest. But we've always been manifesting. You always will be. And there's never a moment you're not. So it's like the only thing to be afraid of is what you're already doing. Like, so get a handle on what you're doing so that you don't manifest that shit for yourself anymore. As she says, actually, here's a thought-provoking question. If life is a school / supposed to teach us, but at the same time, we can manifest whatever we want, I feel like these contradict a little bit. Why? What if the lesson to learn is that you can manifest and do whatever you want? How is that contradictory? I think it's obvious. And sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That sounded bitchy. I meant it with love. No, it's just like, no, I don't think it's contradictory at all. I think it proves that they work together. Okay. Cameron Vegas says, Roxy, you look like Ariel Bloomer from the band named Icon for Hire. I'm going to have to Google that because I don't know who that is. Ariel Bloomer. Somebody text that to me so I'll forget. Tiny Dreamer says, Roxy, I'm a dancer / singer. They said to be careful with your music since that affects your manifestation / belief. I sometimes like to dance / sing emotional songs. Any tips? I call it an energetic condom, but basically it's like, you know, understanding that when you are listening to or creating music or whatever that doesn't go in alignment or go along with the story you're trying to work towards, you are mentally and intentionally separating yourself from it. Like, this is purely artistic. This is for me to interpret these emotions so that I can portray them to someone else. This isn't my story. And, just make sure that you are focused maybe less on the lyrics and more so about the connection to your body and the doing your best at your art and how good it feels to express yourself as an artist and how amazing it is that you can, and like being grateful for your talent and stuff like that, and like taking your thoughts away from the lyrics of the song, but still keeping them somewhere that resonates with passion so that you can obviously emote in your performances. That's my advice there. Yeah. Sanam, I want to say your name right. Sanam says, what do you think is more effective, constant mental diet or feel it real visualizations? I've just been really cleaning up my mental diet lately. Personally, I think the constant mental diet is way more, because think about it like this. Think about if you were, I'm going to use what you just said and use an actual diet, because mental diet is, not to plug my own product here, but my mental diet workshop, which is going off, it's not going to be available for sale anymore soon. You can buy it on my website now, I talk a lot about how mental diet is very similar to physical, like, body diet. So you can use a lot of the connections to draw the similarities and understand like what you're actually doing when you're thinking about your thoughts and stuff. So I'm going to take what you just said and replace it with like, body diet, eating diet, you know what I'm trying to say, language. So what do you think is more effective? Constantly watching what you eat, or eating a salad for lunch every day, but then having whatever you want for the rest of the day? So obviously, if you want your body to be, the best it can be, you want all of your meals to be healthy and nutrient rich and provide you with all the shit that you need in the least harmful way possible. Or you could have a salad for lunch and think, oh, I had a salad for lunch, I'm gonna have fucking pancakes for breakfast and fat burger for dinner and a shake, and then I might have a fucking cake later too because I had a salad for lunch, so I'm good. So there's your answer right there. So obviously, constantly watching what you eat or constantly watching what you think is much more effective, in my opinion, than having a salad thought every day and then going about your day thinking fucking Big Mac thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Okay, super chat just came through. Snow White. Snow White, what a generous princess. Thank you so much. Can you manifest too much? Can you manifest too much and it comes off as chasing or desperate? How do you control that? Okay, so this all comes back to focusing on you versus focusing on the person you're manifesting or your SP or whatever, because when you are chasing something or you're manifesting too hard, you're going about it like in the not easy way. You're going about it in the path of most resistance. So I had this epiphany come through this weekend over sessions, and we're talking about the path of least resistance. And I was like, you know what the path of least resistance is? It's words. It's thoughts. Everybody's always looking for the path of least resistance outwardly, but the path of least resistance is thinking. And here's how I'm going to prove this to you. First things first, we know that everything is created from word, right? I mean, if we follow the teachings of all the religions all throughout the world, God, we human beings were created by word. God spoke us into existence. So we know that creation comes from words, speaking, and it can be thinking as well. And if let's say I wanted to manifest a manifesting jump, I could think the word jump faster than I could get up and jump, right? The thinking of jump really fast. Even as fast as it would take me to just stand up and jump really fast, this is even faster, okay? So the path of least resistance to anything you want is the word of it, speaking it, thinking it. The new thing I've been saying, throw a sentence on it. No, it's this, jump. I was on a session with somebody and I said cat. And then I was like, watch, my fucking cat walks in. 2 minutes later, the cat walked in. I was like, the fucking cat. I had to like turn my camera around to show. And literally, it's just that. The word or the words is the path of least resistance to anything you want. So when you are manifesting too hard, you're focusing outward, you're using that word to describe too much shit and trying to micromanage a bunch of stuff that is just not powerful enough. Whereas content, I'm content. I have everything I need. Everything's all good here. I don't have to go anywhere for anything because things come to me. And you can say what you want or what you intend for much faster, much faster than the physical world can congeal the energy particles together to make it show up physically in front of your eyes, right? Just like I said, I can think the word jump faster than I can stand up and do it. So, chasing or desperate. This is using your words in ways that do not serve you to the highest value. Using your words to like worry, to feel desperate, to wonder where they are, to wonder why it's not working, to wonder if you even can. How come this? Why not me? How come blah, blah, blah? You're using the path of least resistance to create resistance to what you actually want. So, how do you control that? You control the word. You control the language. You focus on you. If you want to talk about other people, that's fine. Yeah, they do this, and that's great because I'm always taken care of. I'm always content. I am loved. I have so much love in my life. I am loved and appreciated by my person. I'm not worried about anything or whatever. Anyways, I can say all that much faster than I can see it physically congealed in my world. But I can keep that thought in my mind and live by this principle of I am completely taken care of and everything is fine. And I will see that congeal in my world. So if you feel desperate and needy, step back, stop trying to micromanage your manifestation. Understand that if you are intending for it and you are speaking the words of what you want, it is unfolding. You don't have to do anything else. Your job is the word person, not the making of the happen. Remember, you're the what and the now, not the when or the how. So say that you're all good. I have everything I need. There's nothing, I'm not needy. I'm not desperate for anything because I have, what could I possibly need? I have everything here. And because of that, you will be shown, I have everything I need. That answers your question. Excuse me. So I have another super chat came through, but I just want to answer this question real fast because I like this. I'm really glad someone asked this. Malia says, what is the hardest thing to teach people about manifesting? I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to affirm this. I'm going to try and wording this in a way that I want people to understand more than anything else in the entire world. Your words are what matters. Up here and out here. Your feelings and emotions matter in so much in the way that they inform your thoughts. Your feelings trigger thoughts. Your feelings trigger habitual thoughts that you are used to thinking, therefore they're easier to get to. Because our brains, we create pathways, like neural pathways, right? You create shortcuts. But they're not true. They don't have to be true. And they are just as viable, like I said earlier, as the reality in the sentence that you want to get to, the sentence you should be saying. So if I could make anybody, all I want you guys to understand is that every fucking word you are uttering or thinking is building your world, period. And if you can get control of what you say, no matter what is happening to you, no matter what we are talking about, say it in a way that reflects the reality you actually want to be in, and that's all you have to do. This shit is not hard, but it takes discipline. You have to know when you're doing it, and then you have to make yourself stop in the moment. If you don't, then you will be back and forth, hot and cold, half-assing it, probably for the rest of your life. So if that's what it is, like, I just want people to understand, like, yes, your feelings matter, kind of. Your dreams, yeah, okay. Your subconscious, yeah. But like, what are you saying in the days, at the moments of your fucking day, all day long? That is where. That's what matters. You know, it's like people want to focus on their dreams or their sleep or their subconscious. And it's like, okay, yes, but like you realize that you're not doing that more than you're just sitting around awake all day, right? You realize that. You sit around awake doing whatever it is fuck you're doing way more than you meditate, you sleep, you script, you visualize, all of that shit. So it's going to outweigh it if you're not on top of it, because that's where the fucking bulk of the problems are. The problems are not in your visualizations. They're not if you can't see pictures in your head. They're not if you don't put time aside every day to meditate, or you don't build a vision board. It has nothing to do with that shit. Those things help keep your thoughts in alignment during the fucking day. That's all that matters. I'm telling you guys, like there might be, I'm sure there's more to the story, but like when you get a hold of this concept and you understand that there is no sentence that you utter that should not be put through the filter of your ideal reality, and then you're willing to do that, you're golden. The entire world is at your fingertips. It already is. You're just doing too much with those thoughts during the day that's pushing shit away from you. Or not even that. It's just guiding you towards where you don't want to be anymore. Okay. Kura says, and thank you so much for your super chat, says, when I'm saying my affirmations, doubts try to come in, which I do ignore and continue to affirm, but because I had the doubt, would it mess up my manifestation? Nothing can ever mess up your manifestation unless you think it's messed up, right? Like, just as a personal story, you know, it's like, I'm building a booming ass business. I'm manifesting multi-millions of dollars. You think I don't have doubts that come through every now and then? How the fuck could I not? How the fuck could I go from in 2019 having months where we had like to eat off of $20 for a whole month? Whereas, again, I don't like talking super big numbers, but let's just say that, you know, we've had some high numbers, okay? All through 2020, consistent, and we're only growing, right? So that's going to come with doubts, but who gives a fuck? I don't care. One doubt isn't going to stop my fucking train, right? Like, if my whole train is multi-millions of dollars coming your way, a couple rocks on the track, not gonna do shit. So like, think about that. Like, if you are hammering away at your new reality and nothing is going to sway you, even your own fucking doubt, then how could it? How could it? How could it? Right? You have to be in control. You have to tell them who is boss. And if it's not you, then it's not you. I don't know who it is, but it's not you because you just said it's not you, right? So be in control of everything. Somebody below here said, TT said, true facts, be impeccable with your word. Thinking is important. Thinking is not just important. It's fucking everything. Thinking is your life. Your thinking equals your physical reality, period. There's no way to escape it because that is how Earth works. And the TED Talk. Aquarian cat. Congrats on 70K. Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Yay, I'm so excited. That's so awesome. We did this so fast. You guys are great. You guys are really great. I really appreciate and love all of you guys. Just know that if I yell at you, it's because I love you. Yes. Okay. Rylan says we are all wealthy kings and queens in this community. Yes, ma'am. Can the government control us in any way? I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, they do, don't they? Because it's the thing about it is like, just like I said just a second ago, if you're not in control, then you're not, right? So like, if you're not aware of what you're doing with your mind, and like, sometimes like, we don't even know that if we're thinking thoughts that have been fed to, like, because, well, we know we're thinking thoughts that have been fed to us. Like, if we, I'm going to say as a woman of 37, I can tell you for sure that every, let me try to with my words lightly here, carefully. Let me just say, I'm not trying to talk gender. I'm just saying, like, in the media, the feminine value is weighted in like how young and beautiful you are, right? So like, and if you're not young or beautiful, you better be really fucking smart or really fucking funny or really fucking good at it, because you can't just be regular and regular looking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not like what our society tells us is okay. So, and it's like, I speak to people every single day who are dealing with the effects of being told by just the media. And who knows where that comes from, government or who knows, that they aren't good enough in whatever which way. So like, yes, they can control us because they can feed us information that we start to adopt. Just like we start to believe shit that we say, we start to believe shit that other people say. So again, it's like knowing yourself. That's where like this know thyself comes in. Like, I just heard that in my head, know thyself. Because if you know yourself, then I can look at an ad that's like designed for women to make them feel old and be like, fuck you, what the fuck? I don't think so, fuck you, no. Or I can look at the ad and be like, oh my God, I better go get some eye cream. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, so yeah. So, but you know, again, know thyself, awareness. You have to be aware of what you're doing. That's just, what are you doing with your mind? Because your mind is replicating into your 3D world, period. But also, let's just say this. Remember, don't forget that the 3D world moves much slower than the thinking mind does. Again, just like I can think the word jump way faster than I can actually stand up and jump, even though that's a very fast action. It's not going to take me much to do that, but it still takes longer for the physical action to culminate than the thought does, right? So don't forget that. And that's why you have to be persistent with your thoughts, because the 3D world is congealing, but it's slow. Like, you know, think about like the Stay Puft fucking marshmallow guy. You know, like when like giants in movies, how they move slow and they're like, you know, like as they're walking like over the humans, because I don't know how or why, but like the bigger things or like the more dense shit takes longer. It's like slower moving than like the tiny fast little like thoughts, like could be like ants or something, right? So anyways, my point is that, or like a fly or like a bee or something, fast, tiny, fast. So keep the thoughts going towards the reality you want, because you have that big lumbering, like boom, the 3D world is like slow and lumbering. So it takes it a minute. You're going to be like jackrabbiting around like its ankles, trying to get it where you want, like, you know, like a fucking Chihuahua and like a fucking Mastiff or something. You know what I mean? Like the Chihuahua's like running circles around the Mastiff. The Mastiff takes one stride and the Chihuahua has taken like 30 and they go the same distance. Anyways, my point is just, you know, you still keep going in the same direction though, because you want to get that bigger, the slow congealing to match up to the thinking. So you got to keep the thinking going in the right direction. Alicia thought I was 20. Oh my God. I was 20 17 years ago. Well, I was 20 in what, 2003? Yeah. 2003 is when I turned 20 years old. Some of you guys probably weren't even born then. I've lived a lot, you know. And it's like I'm not even old, but it's like we're conditioned to think that that's old. But like, I don't think that's old. Clearly, like I don't think we watched Star Trek a lot, and there was an episode. I don't know if you guys have seen it's Next Generation, where Beverly's like grandma dies and they go down on the planet where it's like I think they made the colony to appear like old Ireland or something like that. And her grandma dies, and so she starts like living in her grandma's house, and there's like this ghost that's been like, well, it's not really, I'm not gonna give anything away, but like there's this ghost that's been like effing the women in her family for centuries. And they described him as a man in his mid-30s, or they called him 34. I was like, you mean like 48? Because this star is not 34. And it's just like that's the kind of shit they feed us, is they put like a fucking pushing 50 actor and then make a deliberate point of saying that he's 34 years old. I'm like, he might have been at some point, but he is not today. Not when he filmed that. So anyways. Oh, Ryan says I was 7 in 2003. I was in college. Lady Ebba says, LOL, when you said something was 17 years ago, I was born in 2003. Yes, ma'am. I guess I could be your mom. You'd be my second daughter, and your sister is Mulatto. Mulatto's mom is 37. That's why it's like this joke, because I love Mulatto, and like I saw her Instagram one day, and it was like 37 hits different, and it was like she was like giving a presents to her mom. I was like, I literally texted my team. I was like, Mulatto's mom is 37. What the fuck? So that's now like obviously, yeah. I mean, it's Mrs. Mulatto. That's okay. Construct says I miss super chats. Okay, where are these? Where are these? Okay, scroll. I see Aquarian says congrats on 70K. Thank you so much, babe. Appreciate you. Tiffany, oh my God, I'm so sorry, babe. Okay, love you and appreciate you. She says, reflecting on MLK, yes, and how his faith manifested the end of segregation. I felt ashamed that I am on a journey to get that type of faith he had automatically. Who says he had it automatically? He told you that? You think he didn't have doubts? You think he didn't have to fight through that? His story is a story of perseverance. He's telling the same story we're talking about manifesting. Keep going and do it with love, right? Do it with peace and keep going, keep fighting, keep focusing, keep fighting the good fight, right? And there's nothing to be ashamed of, because what he did was put us all on a path to adopting that kind of mentality on our own, you know, like I don't think that he would be ashamed of you in any way, you know? So no, he would be very proud of you. I'm proud of you. Like, we love you. Like, you're like one of the, you know, like there's just people that we all know so much in the community, and it's just, you're just one of the, you know, very known and beloved members of the community. And no, we're not ashamed of Tiffany. We're not ashamed of anything. No, we're not, because we're just all learning and growing. And it's like, how could you be ashamed of your own journey and what it takes to get you to be where you need to be? Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. That's something to be proud of. You're on your journey and you're figuring it out. I'd be more ashamed if you were, you know, I mean, not that you should be ashamed at all, but it's like, be more ashamed if you don't want to work on yourself, or you don't want to get better, or you don't want to focus on yourself, or you don't want to love yourself, or whatever, you don't want to fill in the blank. But don't be ashamed for how long it takes you, you know, like, no, you're doing it. You're here with us and you're doing it, and you're growing every week. You're growing every day. You're falling in love with yourself more and more every day. And everything's getting better and better. And, you know, he would be proud of you. I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you. We're all proud of each other, right? Like, we have such a supportive community here. Samina, where did I go to college? I went to Metro State University of Denver. No, 37 is not old. Hey, Yoka said 37 is the new 22. It kind of is, but like, I'm so glad I'm not 22. I always like thought, you know, when I was that age and when I was like going through my 20s, I always wondered if I would like, when I was, you know, here or whatever, look back on like 21-year-olds and like wish I was that. And it's like, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not that anymore. Like, no offense to you guys, but I would hate to be young in your guys' culture. It's so toxic. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just like when I was, you know, in high school and in my early 20s, like we were just barely having MySpace. Like when I was in my 20s, like I got MySpace when I was 21. So I think I was 20, maybe I was 20 or 21. But like, that was like, you know, the beginning of all that shit. And just to think of like how vulnerable you guys are and putting like, and it's like, and at that time, it was weird when people put every single thing of their life online. Like, it was strange. It was like just the beginning of the internet celebrity and just the beginning of, you know, an online diary. So now, 17 years later or whatever, it's the norm, and it's almost like you guys are expected to put every single thing on the internet, and like it makes me sad and scared for you, because I'm 37 and I've done all kinds of shit that I wish maybe I had made different choices. And so I know what it's like to live with the shit that you wish you hadn't done, right? Like, not that, yeah, no, there's shit that I wished I hadn't done, shit I wish I would have done differently. Stuff, of course, a lot of stuff I'm proud of, but a lot of stuff I'm not, you know? And like, I'm just saying, like, you get, there is a point when you get to like, and I was a very much, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like, I don't care if I'm like semi-nude on the internet. I didn't give a fuck. Like, I just really didn't care. I didn't care what I said. I'd pop off at the mouth and say all kinds of fucking crazy shit. You know what I mean? Cause it's like, I mean, like, cause I don't know. I spent a lot of time being a fucking asshole. And I'm just saying, y'all, like, I feel for your generation, because you're just beginning to understand what it's like to be like a person, and doing it on the internet, and this like crazy, the cancel culture, and the bullying, and the exposing. It's just like, I feel for you fucking guys. I really, really, really do. And I'm so glad that I'm not in a point in my life where, like, you know, I want the validation, personal validation of like what I'm doing in my life. I'm not trying to put anybody down, because it's like, here I am, I'm putting my job online. So it's like, anyways, we're all susceptible to this internet shit. But if I can give any advice to you young people, it's just like, protect yourselves, really protect yourself. Because like, you're like a young chick and you're walking into a fucking like wolf's den and you don't even realize it. Sanam says, my 20s till now have been a cesspool of anxiety and depression and undiagnosed BPD. And I'm 28 now, but I'm determined to manifest everything I want from now on. SP money, everything. Yes, man, you are. You absolutely are. Golden Goddess says, it seems that older women are a little jealous of younger ones. I mean, it can happen, because it's like I said earlier, but it's like, even, I don't know if you meant that, like, and I want to ask you how old you are, Golden Goddess. Can you tell me how old you are? I just want to know where you fit in that spectrum. Like, of course, older women could be jealous of younger women because we are pitted against each other in society. I don't think that's up for debate. I think it's pretty fucking obvious when you look at shit. So like, I remind you of Maleficent. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I want to know how old you are, Golden Goddess. I want to know what. Almost 27. You notice the difference. Well, see, like, the thing about it is, like, you're 27, you're right in the middle of like, okay, so like me versus the 20-year-olds, and you're right in the middle. So like, you don't even know yet. You don't even know yet what it's like to like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's like, it's not that we're any less valuable, because we're not. If anything, like, I'm like 100 times better of a person now than I was when I was 22. But just because I'm young does not mean that I should be given more power or more value, because 22-year-olds, frankly, don't know shit about life. And it's not like to speak down on you. It's because you haven't experienced. And I know there's people that go through a lot of shit. I'm not saying that people that went through shit, not to invalidate you, but I'm like, even if you have only gone through even if you have gone through a ton of shit, you've only gone through 22 years of it. Okay. Talk to me in another 22. So like, it's just, there's so many layers. And like, you don't really understand it until you like get into like your mid to late 30s and you really start looking back and you're like, okay, I'm still just as valuable, if not even more. The fact that I am 37 is why I'm good at what I fucking do. I couldn't tell you guys this shit at 22. If I was telling you guys how to live your lives at 22, I hope to God you wouldn't be listening to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad. I was 22 once before as well. It's not something bad. It's just, I'm saying like, you can't, that you will learn and grow as you get older. There's just no way around it. You will understand more things and make different connections, and to think that your value lessens because you've been on the planet longer is just, it's sad. And not true. IDK says, I'm more mature than my mom's girlfriend and she's 50. Okay, I didn't say maturity comes. I'm saying you learn things, right? You do learn and grow. Not everybody gets mature. We see those Karens. You see the Karens who are like 50, 60 years old, still acting crazy. We know they're out there. Sasha Cat says 15 and still growing. Yes, ma'am. Or excuse me, that yes, person. Thank you. Sorry. I don't do so many things. Dina says, I would have a totally different life now if I knew what I know at 22. Dina, do not make me call you out right now. Because I love you. And I know you're working on it, but let's just say, listen, you do know it now. And you're getting there. You really are. But like, I'm going to say, you know it now. We're like, again, not to call you out, not to say anything. I just want to, like, with love, don't dismiss what you know now. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know it now. So there's no excuse anymore, right? Is my point. And with love, I love you. Ryan's like, oh, Dina. Sorry. Lisa says the world is an oyster when you're in 20s and 30s. The world is always an oyster. If you think that it's not, then it's not. Like, I was talking to another person who's in her 40s, and like we were having the same conversation. And this is another person that's like kind of like me, where like you would never look at her and be like, oh, she's in her 40s. You know, like she just don't have that. Didn't subscribe to the idea that that makes you old and you have to, like, you know, start dying once you hit 35. Like, I just barely got my shit together. Like, I just hit my fucking stride. If I'm to think that 37, because my days are numbered now because I'm 37 when I just hit my fucking stride, that's fucking stupid. That's fucked up. Why? I shouldn't do that to myself. None of us should do that to ourselves. So no, I just fucking started. I might as well be 22 right now because I'm fucking starting over fresh, you know? So just keep going, you know? Keep at it. Keep at it. Right. Okay, Dina, I hope you're not mad at me. She doesn't say anything. Don't be mad at me. I love you. All I wanted to say, because you said you would have a totally different life now if you knew what you did at 22. And I was saying you can have a totally different life now because you know it now. Is all I was trying to say. Rylan says, you found the info at the exact perfect moment. You are whole and beautiful. Rylan is like the nicest person. She's so sweet. Mia says, my hair is gorgeous. Thank you, Mia. Appreciate you. I straightened it. I haven't straightened it in a long time. Dina says, LOL, I'm not mad. Don't be mad at me. Loki says, yes, thank you so much. I love this. Loki says, we are not these bodies. We are all 1,000,000+ years old. Yes, 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 yes. Three Blackie says, okay. My ex introduced me to manifesting intentionally at 20, and now at 30, I'm doing it on my own. I wish I would have been disciplined. Hey, that's okay. Same thing with like what Rylan just said to Dina. You're in the right space where you need to be now, you know? So like, it doesn't matter. You did what you did, and now you're here and you're ready to go even further with it. And that's great. Angel's Kiss in Spring. What was my dream job when I was a kid? To be a singer. That's all I wanted, was to be a famous singer. And I'm still doing it. I'm still making music. I just worked on a new song the other day. Oh, hey, okay, says there's a ton of examples of people signed or found fame or published at 40, 50, even 70. Yes, exactly. I mean, Betty White turned like 99 today. I know that she's been famous for a long time, but like defying the, I was going to say the norm, but I would say the supposed norm. It's not real. It's just what's fed to us, right? This is a good one. Gina says, I'm 23, but if I had known about this when I was a teenager, I don't think I would have been ready for it. There's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. I probably wouldn't have either. I mean, my dad tried to tell me this shit all of my whole life, and I was like, whatever, Dad. You know, I have clients that are like 18 and 19. I'm like, you are gonna, the fact that you're doing this now, like you're like fully in it and like, you know, paying money to invest in yourself and have these conversations. I'm like, you're gonna do big things. Just know the whole world's open. Just like go forth and do what you gotta do, because you're gonna do amazing shit. This so young and doing this now, like, wow. Z-Booksy, you're only 19? Holy shit. Same thing. Yeah, exactly. If you grasp it at that age, and it's okay if you don't, because I definitely didn't. So again, I just hit my stride. It's never too late, guys. Like, keep doing what you're doing, but to know it and understand it and use it and adopt that lifestyle at like 19 is just future president or some shit. You know what I mean? Changing the world type shit. Okay. Morgan Freeman. Zoe says, do you think those listen to this while you sleep type manifesting videos work? I guess if you intend that they do, yeah. Like I listen to them just sometimes just for like just the calmness and the peace of it. And I listen to, I mean, actually I listen to one every single night. I listen to, what is the channel I listen to? I think it's called Living Your Life or Live the Life You Love or something like that. And they do, it's pretty much just, I think it's just affirmations, and their thumbnail is like a brain. It's like a brain in like a airy, spacey kind of background. And then it's like, they're always different colors, but it's like the same image of like a brain. And I listen to the entrepreneur success ones, like literally every single night. Like I like put it on at some point and just kind of like let it play in the background at night. And then I listen to it in the shower sometimes if I'm not listening to like a podcast. Okay. Victoria, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Roxy, thank you for all your inspiration. I have used it every minute of the day since we spoke, still going, and I won't tell you all how old I am. Age is just a number. Yay, proud of you. It is. It's nothing. It's just, that's your wisdom number. No, well, I guess it doesn't not everybody, right? We decided that not everybody gains the wisdom or chooses to pursue it. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, next lifetime. You just said something I want to, okay, because so I had a ton of like new analogies and stuff come through in this week's my coaching sessions this week, and you just said something that reminded me of something that came through that I want to tell everybody. Next lifetime says everything we're doing now is benefiting our future. Okay, I like that, but I want to say this to you, right, guys, right now. I want you to think right now that every sentence you utter or speak is describing your future, okay? You may think you are simply reacting to or interpreting the current moment, which you could be, but more importantly, or not more importantly, but just as importantly, if not more importantly, you are describing your future with every sentence you think and utter, okay? Because again, this is fast. 3D world's much more slow on the uptake, right? It takes a bit longer to match up to what this thing said. So it's all part of the deal, okay? And when you are saying stuff, you are describing what your future is going to be like, okay? So just be very mindful of that. If something's on your mind, unless you do some like quick cleanup and understand, oh, you know, we're going to a different reality. That's not happening, yada, yada, yada. Probably won't happen. But I mean, who's to say? Because the probability exists out there. All those realities are just as viable as the next. So this is why keeping our thoughts focused and aligned to what we want. And then also knowing that no matter what happens, whether it's good or bad, things are still working out for us and things are still going to work out in our favor no matter what. You guys just got to keep driving your ship in that direction. Santa says, what is your podcast about this week? Today's episode, this one's going to be sorry, I got distracted by questions above you. Yes, that channel I was talking about is called Live the Life You Love. Today's podcast that I'm recording is going to be about, my first deliberate, like my first time like manifesting something major. And also a little bit talking about that feeling of, it's kind of like piggybacking off of last week's episode, a little bit talking about like that feeling of almost like premonition, where you like kind of, you feel like you know something's going to happen and then it does. And you're like, okay, did I manifest this or did I make it happen? It's that kind of stuff. So that's what this week's episode of the podcast will be about. And guys, just know that the specific person workshop is getting a nice big upgrade. We have tons of cool stuff coming to it, including a brand new free webinar, plus a bunch of other stuff that's going to be in there. So the price will be going up, but if you are in it before the upgrade comes through, then you get all the upgrades. So if you join now, you can get it for this last price before it goes up. And that's happening on February 1st, by the way. Gina, yes, it is. But more in depth. And then other stuff. Hold on. I want to get this right. Chrysophylax. Sans. OMG, finally seeing you live. Well, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Am I allowed to say which celebrity it was? I could. It's only me allowed. I just don't want to because I know this person. I'm friends with them now. I knew I was going to manifest them. So I'm definitely like, that one's just like sticking with me because I don't want that person to think I'm fucking weird. Thudo, Felicia, Decoli. Did I say that right? Happy birthday. Just turned 24 today. Happy birthday. Is my hair pink or purple or gray? It's kind of all of them, but it's, see, I'm kind of out of the pink light. It's kind of like purpley silvery. And then towards my roots, because my roots are kind of, let's not talk about it, but my roots are kind of hot for a few reasons. They're a little warm. So it's a little bit more pink up here. And this is more purple, but it's just because of my shampoo. Because my hair is just technically, it's like platinum. But I use like silver purple shampoo. Okay. An angel's kiss. You're very sweet. Thank you so much. And thank you for the pretty flower emojis. Susanna, do I still do one-on-one coaching? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I sure do. That's where like not all of my analogies, but a lot of my analogies come from sessions because they're like, stuff that I'm just trying to explain to a client. And then like a new analogy comes through and I'm like, oh, all right. Put that in the videos. I want to ask you guys another question. What kind of shows are you guys watching? I have a hard time watching shows because I get too wrapped up in them and I'll like watch the whole season in one night and like I'll just like stay up till like 5 or 6 in the morning and it's just not productive. So I kind of like I try to avoid getting too deep into shows, but like The Stand, I'm watching The Stand right now, but that's because like I'm a fan of the original Stand. And it's coming out weekly, so it's nice to have. I don't have to get like, as much as I want to binge it, I would love to be able to watch the next episode, but you can't. So it's like a weekly thing, so that's nice. Santa says, OMG, I manifested you asking this question. Well, you better answer then. Tell me what shows you like. Ozark. Gina says, I can't pay attention to anything. The Good Place. I love The Good Place. Oh my God, I watched all of that. This Is Us. I can't watch that show because I know it's gonna make me cry, and I just don't. I don't have that kind of time. Like I don't have the emotional capacity to be crying about some show every fucking week. Schitt's Creek is easy to watch. Season 8 of Real Housewives of New York in 3 weeks. Okay. I've never really watched any of the Housewives. Just finished Sabrina. I need to watch the 4th season. I started to watch it with my husband, but he's like, what the fuck's going on? Because he just falls asleep. So I was like, I'll just watch this by myself when you're sleeping. The Undoing, Cobra Kai, Chinese dramas, RuPaul's Drag Race, The Office. I used to be a devout Drag Race fan. But then when I moved to LA, I didn't have the channel anymore. Or was it the channel? Because we used to have like every single Monday, we had a potluck, usually at my house, but sometimes at our other friends that would come. And so everyone would come and have dinner and we watch Drag Race together. So when I moved to LA, I didn't have like all the same, obviously I didn't have any of the same friends. So we stopped. I kind of stopped watching Drag Race in like 2015. That's like I think the last season I watched was like kimchi season. Okay. Hey, Yoka, so I asked about the 60 degrees of separation because I reckon you and I would be connected in some way. I would love to find out just for fun. I mean, I'm sure we are. We all are connected, right? Like everybody's connected in some way. We're all a part of something. So, you know. But I'm sure, I mean, we probably are. Especially if you think so, then I'm sure we are. Nick Jonas crazy, 23. One of my friends is Nick Jonas's drummer. Says, okay, feel let down by my SP. Sorry, I'm like, I know somebody that drums for him. Sorry, that was a dumb little name drop. My bad. I don't know. I've never met a Jonas before. Feel let down by SP. Don't want to affirm the reality by giving details, tips on letting go, and moving on. Just say, I'm ready. I'm so glad for my next chapter. I feel good. I have everything I need. I don't need anyone to give me anything. Let that person, you know what? They're over there. They're doing what I'm good with them doing their thing. I want them to be happy because I am happy. I'm loving life. Good things are happening to me. Great new chapters unfolding, and I'm so excited to see what's next. Okay, let's see. Basketball wise, I liked basketball wise for a couple of seasons, but I didn't watch enough of it to make a huge impact. I can't remember all the girls. Anime and Korean shows on Netflix. Travelers, I never heard of that. Good Place again, yeah. Malachi is reminding you guys to hit the like button. Thanks, Malachi. Have and have nots. Haven't heard of that. Do I watch anime? I seem like an anime character. Thank you. The only anime that I've actually watched is Samurai Champloo. And some of the movies, some of the I know I've watched I think I've watched Howl's Moving Castle. I don't know. I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but as far as shows go, Samurai Champloo for sure. Sharp Objects, that shit was good. That was a good show. Breaking Bad. I couldn't get into it. I tried to watch the first episode. I didn't get it. New Girl, Avatar: Last Airbender, Bridgerton. Sabrina, I need to get on that last one. Is this new part of Sabrina? Is it good? I only watched the first 10 minutes of the first episode. Drag Race, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. My Lottery Dream Home. That sounds fun. I used to work at a restaurant in Denver that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I wasn't there when they filmed it, but sorry. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm trying to oh, I did that. I was just trying to connect with you guys. I don't want to be someone that's oh, I did that too. Here's my story. Girls reruns. What's something I recently manifested? I don't know. It's hard to say that. This question always gets me. It weirds me out, or not weirds me out. It's hard for me to answer because I'm constantly manifesting all the time, and it's just I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's almost like asking tell me about a meal you ate recently. It's I mean, You know, eat them all day. Sometimes I do. Excuse me. Okay. Listen to Bob Proctor and Napoleon Hill about positive mindset, hopefully on the right track. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Dina says, watch The Masked Singer or Dancer if you want to laugh and lose brain cells. Oh my God. I watched The Masked Singer because I watched I was showing my husband who Tori Kelly was. And then so like when she was, I don't want to give anything away, but she was on the on The Masked Singer, and her fucking performances were so good. God, that girl and her control of her voice is just like insane. But I don't want to give anything away if anyone hasn't seen it, but let's say that The Sun, woo! She killed it. That was fucking incredible. But of course she would be amazing. Why wouldn't she be? Amy, so glad that you are finding value here. Thank you. Mia, just a little friendly reminder for everybody says, hope I'm not speaking out of place. No, go ahead. But your thoughts transmit. Only think thoughts about your SP that you would want them to hear because they can hear you. Nice. American Daddy. I love American Dad. Star Wars. You guys are funny. Ryan says, is there really no such thing as no movement if we're affirming it's happening no matter what? Listen, no, there is no such thing as no movement, period. Like, cause like, you know what I mean? Even if I'm like frozen, my blood's still pumping, my neurons are still firing. Like you literally can't put a pause on anything. So there can't be a such thing as no movement. It's just a fun way of calling it when you are putting barrier after barrier after barrier after barrier in front of you and your person. Sailor Moon, Game of Thrones. I watched all of Game of Thrones. Like between the time the last season started and the final episode, because I was like, I want to watch it with everybody. And I didn't watch any of it ever. So I was like, I want to know what everybody's so hyped up about the show. So I watched like all of it so I could at least watch the finale with everybody and like, you know, have that like same like reaction to it. But because I didn't watch it the way you guys did, I was like, okay, whatever. It wasn't like a great ending, but I didn't think it was like the worst thing ever like everybody else thought it was. But that's because I didn't really have that much invested in it either, you know. Prison Break. Ooh, Amazon. This is the last time we're going to be on this Mindset Monday set. We have a new set that's going to be the new set for Mindset Monday and the podcast. And I was excited because Amazon just got here. That means new set's coming and happening. Okay. I saw a super chat come through. Okay, Jazz says, okay, this may sound dumb, but how are you manifesting? This is my reality. Aren't I the only one manifesting? Okay, so now you are the only one manifesting in your reality, meaning you're the only one that has the power over your reality. So we're all manifesting because that's how life works on planet Earth, and it's inescapable, much like blood pumping, breathing, neurons firing. Those like things like that are inescapable if you are alive. And the same thing is with manifesting. It just is what life is. Like in my New Year's workshop, one of the things I said was manifesting is life. That's what life is manifestation after manifestation after manifestation. So we're all manifesting, but we're only manifesting for ourselves and the people around us in our realities. And then that goes for every other person. So it's almost like we're all in our own little bubble, a manifestational bubble where every possibility in the universe is open to us all individually at the same time. So if every probability and possibility and reality is open to all of us at the exact same time, then somehow we all need to be able to access all of it at the exact same time, right? So this is where like the computer simulation or like the video game type thing comes in, or like I've said before, like a web page. If you think about like the world is like Chrome or something like that. Okay. And then like I am RoxyTalks.com, or I'm Roxanne.com or whatever, and you're Jazz.com. And I have 50 fucking millions tabs, billions of tabs or pages on the Roxy website that you can get to. There just, I can go to the about page, I can go to this page, I can go to the happy page, I can go to the semi-happy page, I can go to the happy but have a stub toe page, I can go to the hate my fucking life page. Like they're all equally there and viable if I'm on Roxanne.com. But on Roxanne.com, only the Roxanne.com pages are available. If I want to go to Jazz, I want to go to your Jazz Happy, I have to go to jazz.com/happy. So my point is that like we all have our own individual like website or, computer program, or we're holding a video game controller and we're playing against each other. But because of however it's supposed to be, that we're all able to access everything at one time, that then we all have to be doing like individual versions of the same thing at the same time. I guess, I don't know. That's where it gets fucky with it. But like, if you like put the questions aside and just kind of say, okay, so I know in my reality, what I say goes, I know that. And that's proof, the fact that we're doing this right now. Because my business did not exist in 2018. Didn't exist in 2019 until September or October. So for me, where I'm at in my life, this house is manifested. I made a video about it. You can watch it. So I know I can manifest it in my life. Now, I have thousands of fucking clients, thousands of audience and community members who are also manifesting shit all the fucking time. So I know that it works over there, and I know it works here. And if it works for everybody, then it's got to be something universal, and it has to be something that we all can have access to, which that's what the science says. So in your reality, you're the only one that chooses what happens to you, because here's why. Because manifestation, like I said earlier, is life. And what that looks like is you as an entity traveling through an infinite, unfathomable amounts of snapshots of reality that are already in existence. I said this, this is another thing that came through this last week in my sessions. The realities, every single reality that's out there, are the constant in the universe. That's the constant. It's already there. It's already built. It's been there since before you were here, and it'll be here long after you're here. We are the variable. We are the thing that is moving through the constant still snapshots of reality so fast that it appears to be moving. Okay. So the reason why only you can manifest in your reality is because you alone are navigating yourself to the different realities where the shit you want to manifest already exists. You're not making something happen. You're not creating anything. You are simply moving yourself to where it is. Again, and that's why self-concept matters more than what you say about them. Because if I'm talking about Park Place, I need to worry less about what's happening on Park Place and more about moving my game piece to Park Place. Because once I move my piece to Park Place, then I get everything that comes with Park Place. But if I move my piece, we're talking Monopoly here. If I move my piece to Baltic Avenue, then I'm getting what's on Baltic Avenue. It doesn't matter what I think is on Baltic Avenue. What matters is that I get myself to there or Park Place, right? Like, because what's on Baltic Avenue and Park Place is already there. I am going to it. Sorry, so much energy. I didn't mean to scream at you. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, the reason why only in your reality is because you are the one moving yourself. You are in control of this. This vessel is driving somewhere, much like if you were in a car, the only person that truly has control of where the car is going is the person behind the wheel. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. I hope that answered that question. Low key says, I'm going to just say, low key, trying to figure all this out will keep you stuck. I used to have all these questions. The only thing I care about now is getting what I want. That's so funny because your name just like read perfectly into it. Hey, okay, I love it. It says, it's good to know, but doesn't matter as long as you know your thoughts create. Exactly. Like it helps to understand it because I guess it helps wrap your mind around it. But just know that when you are questioning and you're swirling in doubt, you're not declaring and you're not choosing where you go. So you end up with autopilot or like a roll of the dice because you're not offering a clear destination. Maybe you're offering 6, 7, 8, 25, 35, doesn't matter. You're going to end up maybe at one of them. But we don't know which one because you don't know which one. And you're the one driving. So it's like, like I always think of people who swirl in questions or doubts. In my head, I see a spinning compass. Like if you're lost in the woods and you're just going around in circles because you don't know where you're going. But at least if you go forward, you're going somewhere and you're going that way and you're going to get to whatever is already over that way because I'm going that way. If I go that way, then I'm going to get whatever is already over there. If I don't go anywhere and I spin in a circle, I don't know where I'm going to end up because I don't know where I'm going. Whew. All right. Ryan's like, scream at us. Yeah. The megaphone. Can you imagine if I had a fucking megaphone? Oh my God. Scary. Stephanie, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, what does it mean if I've been affirming my SP loves only me for 3 years, but he recently got engaged? He's a famous person, by the way. Right there. That's the problem right there. You answered your question. He's a famous person, by the way. So that means he is separate from me. I don't know if you were here earlier, but I talked about just okay, let me back up to another analogy. I had so many analogies this week come through. Another analogy from this week is that people or things do the role that you assign them to do. And if you're not actively working to change their role and give them a promotion or whatever, they're going to eventually settle back into their OG role. So the example was let's say that I'm a cashier at Sephora and I'm on the cashier and then they're like, hey, we need you to, clean out the shelves underneath the cash registers. Okay, cool. So I'm on special project now. I'm cleaning out the shelves, yada, yada, yada. And then my boss is going to assume that as soon as I'm done with that project, I get back on the registers and I start ringing people up again. If they say, hey, we have a meeting back here 10 minutes. Can you come do this meeting? I'm going to go to the meeting, talk to them, do the special assignment. And then I'm going to come back and go back on I'm doing this, but get back on the cashier desk, right? Let's say they ask me to do inventory. Maybe I'm on inventory for 2 weeks. Who knows? But as soon as I'm done, I go back to the cashier base because that's my original assignment. So when you have somebody who is famous and you've given celebrities the assignment of over there, special, untouchable, can't get to them, they whatever, blah, 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 then naturally there will be a separation and a bigger mountain for you to climb because now you must, by definition, either climb the mountain to get them or bring them down to you, right? Because you have decided that you are separate and you're not on the same caliber. So this by nature, if you have this role or assignment set up for somebody, anybody, could be a SP, could be famous, doesn't matter what, it could be money, could be a job, could be a friend you want, it could be yourself, the version of you want to be. If you have decided that this is over here and it's better and this is over here and it's not as good, you have just by default put a chasm between you, right? So you've been affirming your SP loves only you for 3 years, but recently got engaged to a famous person, or he's recently got engaged and he's famous. I feel like there's more to the story that you weren't really snatching up. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have been affirming that he loves you or whatever. I don't know how deep this goes, but he's still got the cashier's position, right? So and I'm just being very assuming, and this is very basic. Obviously, there's so much more that goes into it, but just let's just say then, if you're not actively thinking, if you're not actively in the knowing that this person is for you no matter what, then in those moments when you are not under that impression, they're back at the cashier desk being that, up here, higher, above, or better than you, or whatever, separate from you. So I think with I'm starting to see like this thing with the celebrities kind of unveil itself, and with this idea of, status or separation or hard to get to or whatever, because it's not true. They're just people. People are easy. People are easier to manifest than things, I think, because things don't fucking move. Things don't get up and walk. Things don't talk. Okay. So think about this. This is I'm telling you guys right now why manifesting people is easier than anything else. Because even if I want to manifest money, where does the money come from? Clients, contracts, sponsorships. Who facilitates the money? Just walks up into my bank account? No, a person brings that to me, right? That day on live when I manifested that lemonade for my husband, I said the word lemonade and had a lemonade in my hand in 20 minutes, brought to me by my husband. The lemonade did not come to me on its own. So I just want you guys to understand, like, you think things are easy, but people are easier because the things come through the people, right? Like sometimes we take ourselves to the things, right? I'm not saying that everything comes through a person, but a lot of things do. So just understand that, like, you're forgetting how easy it is because you're focused on how easy it was to get that thing, not realizing that like a person delivered it to you or said the message to you or said the words to you that you thought or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sarah Brown says, if I affirm I am David's girlfriend over and over, is that a strong enough affirmation to make David my boyfriend? Yeah, like, of course, but like, you can build that out, because think about like what thoughts would you be thinking if you were in a regular committed relationship with David 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year down the road? You wouldn't be thinking all day, David is my boyfriend. Like really think about it and just try to match your thoughts up with it. Not that you wouldn't think David's my boyfriend ever, but it wouldn't be the only thought that you had about him. There is the inevitability of the person being around is what you want to strive for. Have you ever gotten anxious or could feel someone thinking about me? What's that? Yeah, definitely, but I don't know what it is. We're all connected. So like, and that kind of actually speaks to like what I'm talking about on my podcast this week, is like interpreting that information of like where you're going without realizing that you're interpreting information about where you're going, because maybe you're not aware that you're going there yet because you're not aware of your thoughts, because you're not paying attention. Once you do start paying attention, though, it's like it's harder for things to kind of like blindside you because you're on top of things. But there could always be things in there that you didn't realize you had a story about that was like waiting to be played out. Thank you, Roseanne. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Are you doing well? Tell me your update. Because remember oh yeah, I need an update from you, please. Thank you. I'm like, I need an update. Yeah. Okay. How can I quickly revise the situation to be that he's with me? He's with you now. Revise it right now. How can you quickly revise it? Use the words, path of least resistance. Can our SP be manifesting us and we think we're on the one manifesting them? Okay, your SP can be manifesting you because that reality exists and is just as viable as one where your SP isn't manifesting you. And if you do have an SP that is manifesting you, just know that you are manifesting an SP that is manifesting you. Santa Couture, why does someone just randomly pop into your head? Are they manifesting you? Are they coming to you? Help? What is it? I mean, I'm going to need more context on this one. I don't know why this is a help situation. Like, I mean, you guys are asking me some questions sometimes. It's like, I don't fucking know. Like, why does a person pop in your head? You tell me. I don't know what's going on in there. How the fuck would I know? You know what I mean? And again, said with love. It's like, I mean, this is going to sound mean, but just like, think about what you're asking. Like, I don't know. And I say that with love. I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know all the answers. Ryan said, who was the person / influence that got you on this mindset? Very similar teachings like Abraham Hicks. Yeah, I'd say it was like a mixture of kind of Abraham Hicks and well, you know, it was like I was listening to a lot of YouTube manifesting people, you know, like a lot of those people that are still on here making videos that were there, you know, that were making them a couple years ago. And then Abraham Hicks, definitely, I was listening to a lot of Abraham Hicks when I was listening to Abraham Hicks when I came up with the 30 days of alignment. So that came from that and listening to like the other YouTubers and stuff. And then it was when I started watching more quantum physics videos. It was the moment that everything made sense to me was when I watched a video about the double slit experiment. And the way that they were describing it, I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's manifesting. It was like he was explaining what manifesting was by / while describing what particles do when they launch them. I was like, oh my fucking God, this is he's literally telling me what manifesting is. And so that moment was like, and it just like, and that's where all my teachings just be, you know, have been a lot about like the scientific side of it, because this is happening. So what is it? You know, if it's happening, what is it? And they are able to measure it in some ways. And so that's kind of where my personal process developed, was when I started getting it deep into I mean, I don't want to say deep. I'm not a fucking like genius I'm like not a fucking quantum physicist by any stretch. I was not a science. I'm an art person. I was not a science person. So let me not act like I'm a fucking expert on quantum physics, but it was when I started watching that kind of content and along with all of the manifesting stuff that I was like fucking immersed in, that it all finally made sense. And it wasn't until that, honestly, to be real honest with you guys, like it was not until I looked at the science of it that I was like, oh, fuck, now this makes sense. Okay. Aquarian Cat says, Teresa from Passions manifested Ethan, and Sailor Moon manifested Tuxedo Mask despite the circumstances. I'm not giving. Yes, there you go. Listen, circumstances are just the bullshit you think is in the way. That's literally all they are. Put it on a fucking t-shirt. Circumstances are just the bullshit you think is in the way. Because I don't think your circumstances are in their way. I know your circumstances aren't in the way. So therefore, they are not a fact. In your reality, you may make them a fact, but I wouldn't do that because you don't have to. And Sanam says Jason Momoa manifested his wife, even though she had a whole marriage before. Katie Holmes also manifested Tom Cruise. Yeah, and Jim Carrey's a hella manifester. Oprah's, we know about that. How to manifest better mental health. Check out my manifesting with depression and anxiety video. I go deep into it and then use it with, you know, whatever we're talking about. Okay. Santa Couture. So someone you don't know but have seen a few times, are they manifesting you? I don't know. No, I mean, you're manifesting them. You know, like it's your reality that you manifest. So if someone is able to manifest it you in your world, it's because you have allowed it somehow through your thinking or expectations or beliefs or whatever. But I don't know the details of what you're talking about. And like what you're saying is like super vague. So I don't know how to like respond really. Do I work with crystals? Not really. I have them. I just don't, I mean, like again, when it comes down to the quantum physics stuff, it's like, you don't need a crystal to do it. It's already happening. You're already a manifesting master. Like, you know, things like crystals and And even like tarot cards and stuff like that, it's just like a way of like focusing the energy, or, you know, maybe interpreting it. Like, well, crystals will be like focusing the energy, I guess, or even just intent, like just the idea, like, okay, I have a rose quartz. So when I'm using this rose quartz towards my manifestation, it's going to be more powerful because it's a whatever. That is what makes it more powerful is that thought, not the quartz itself, in my personal opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, Aquarian says, Kanye manifested Kim, but I don't think he stayed aligned with his thoughts. Stephanie says, I love your shirt. This is a dress, actually. Thank you. I would say that more, but you know, it's creeping because I'm sitting down. Oh, not even showing off any of these goodies. Okay. Any tips for staying focused? Download my 30 days of alignment. Like that's literally that was how I did it. That's how I changed my thinking in a month's time. And it was like, I was inspired to do it. After like a few days into it, I was like, oh my God, this is something. It was like working so well for me. So then I just started like recording every single day what my lesson, like what I learned or what I did to like stay in alignment. And then I just that's what the 30 days of alignment is. So that's that's for me, it's much easier to direct you towards that because it's a lot. I mean, I already did it. It's already there. Oh, okay. Rosanna says, I'm okay, Roxy, up and down, but committed to stay up. I intend to share the success story soon. And my SP DM me that it will all make sense. And either way, he isn't giving up. See, you're good. You're good. You're good to go. I knew it. Okay. What time is that? 2:44. I think all my stuff came because my husband can't start fucking around with the new set till I'm off. Because, well, I mean, he could, but it's going to be all loud and bangy probably. Z-Booksy says, what lip gloss am I wearing? Thank you. This is NARS. It's called, oh yeah, I read this last week. It's called Super Orgasm. Naughty. Hopefully I don't get any monetizers saying that, oh, we're just kidding. No, I couldn't because everything is working out for me. Everything is great. Okay. I don't want to talk about Miss B, but I want to just, somebody said something about Beyonce. Gina says, Beyonce must have had doubts creeping in that led to Jay-Z cheating on her. Well, okay. Miss Beyonce, I would love to have a one-on-one session with you. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, right. Like we got to be real, but like at the same time, of course, she's human. And I mean, imagine if your husband was working with the hottest, newest celebrities like all the time. And I'm not saying that jealousy is or worry or fear or whatever is you know, like should I jealous or crazy, but like I'm not saying that it's inevitable, the jealousy of it, but if jealousy is something that is like potentially possible, then like that's all it really takes, you know. So I know people that aren't Beyonce who don't have a husband who is extremely talented and well connected and also working with amazing, and I'm not trying to speak ill on neither, because it's none of my fucking business who they fucking bounce gens with. That's like none of my business. So like, you know, in her reality though, I don't think, it doesn't seem far-fetched that maybe jealous thoughts would creep in. Like if my husband was going to work with Rihanna every day, I probably would have to be working on my shit too, you know, but like, I'd also be like, you fucked Rihanna? Okay. Have you guys seen that meme? And it was like, if my boyfriend left me for Rihanna, I would ask her, what do you see in him that you don't see in me? That's exactly that's how I would approach it too. I'd be like, okay, go get that Rihanna. But I don't know. It's not, I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't, who knows? Because I'm not Beyonce. Well, I'm my own Beyonce, but you know, like if my, never mind. I'm not even gonna, never mind. Let's just stop. Okay. Gina says, it's okay, Beyonce. We're all human, and she manifested fixing her marriage and forgiving him. People get what they want. People get what they intend. Ryan says, your nose ring is super cool. Some ancestors used to rock that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Hayaka says, walk all over lately. I'd rather be crazy. We is be Oprah. Thank you. Yes, we are be Oprah. Oh, Brandon Cortez says one of the main reasons why she created Sasha Fierce. And then look what that did. Some of her best music, in my opinion, you know? So, like, okay. Aquarius says, which do you like better? I am or I intend both? Because I feel like, I mean, you know, because it's like I am, I have, it is, we are, I intend for. It's kind of like it's technically the same, but like, you know, I am, blah, 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 I intend that happen. Like, that's how I would use it. Okay, is your name, is it supposed to be asthma? But that's what's spelled asthma, but it sounds like asthma. Okay, but asthma with no TH says, I'm manifesting people asking the questions in my head without even asking them. You're asking about Jay-Z and Beyonce? Sanam says, OMG, we can create manifesting alter egos. Yeah, but yes, of course. But I would say, you know, you don't have to manifest an alter ego. Just manifest the version of you that you want to be. Jazzar says, I can't do a super chat for some reason. What are you asking? Okay, Zamina says, on the topic of Beyonce and how she forgave him, as if I'm the Beyonce expert. Is it easy for you to forgive people? Should we always do so? Is it easy for me personally or just in general? For me personally, I think it is. I'm not a grudge holder because I just don't fucking care. Like, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, I don't care about people, but it's like, you know, like when I say no judges and like you're doing what you do, I don't fucking care what people do. Like, like my grandma taught me to mind my business when I was young, and I do. I just don't like whatever you're doing, go do it. I don't fucking care, you know? So like, forgiveness for me is easy because like I understand people are people. I've done shit I needed to be forgiven for, and everybody is constantly learning and growing and hopefully learning from their mistakes and growing from them. So I don't see holding grudges as productive, obviously, because it manifests bullshit in your world. It keeps that, you know, I'm going to use the word feud, but it doesn't have to be a feud, but just for now, using that term, it keeps the feud alive and it validates it and it affirms it and keeps the bullshit in your world. So, and that's new. I wasn't like a grudge person like way before this, but like now that I'm looking at it from this perspective, obviously it makes sense to not hold grudges in your world because they will continue to manifest. And then that person or the situation will continue to fuck with you, you know? So should we always do so? Forgiving? I'd say, yeah, because it like lightens your own load. But sometimes, like, you know, if you don't want to forgive someone, that's on you. Sometimes we feel like we can't forgive them. And I can see that. But also just know that forgiveness is about lightening your load, not letting them off the hook. They're not the same thing. Zamina, would I have forgiven Jay-Z? I mean, probably. To be real honest with you, I've already told my husband, like, cheating is not necessarily like a deal breaker for me. I don't know how to say this. Like, because it's like, you know, if you're married to somebody for decades, that's a long time. And I just like to having someone like maybe like a long-standing affair, obviously, but like if my husband like fucked somebody, obviously I'd be mad and I wouldn't like just let him off the hook. But I don't think, unless I wanted to also get out of the marriage, maybe, but like I don't think that would be personally personally, it's not a deal breaker for me, just because, again, like I am understanding of human nature, and I do. he's like, oh, I can cheat. He just walked in here. Are you listening? Are you listening? Oh, okay, never mind. Good. I've already told him that. I was just telling people how I told you that cheating is not necessarily like a deal breaker for me. I don't know. Again, like maybe like a long-standing affair is one thing, but like, you know, if he, I don't think he would, but it's just, I don't know. It's not like, it's not necessarily like a total deal breaker thing for me, I guess. So if I was Beyonce and Jay-Z cheated on me with the kind of empire they have set up, would I leave him? Probably not. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I can't speculate. I'm just saying, like, with my situation, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's just, I don't know. I don't think that sex is so big of a deal to me. If it wasn't like if it's like an emotional thing and he's over the relationship, that's one thing, obviously. But like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. I'm not that big of a like, but again, that's probably why I won't get cheated on, because I'm not afraid of it. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's not something that I'm like, oh, you better not fucking cheat on me. Like, enjoy it. I don't know. Is that weird? Doesn't matter. Malachi says, you clicked like on the chat as soon as I said that. Malachi and Chris obviously have known each other just as long as Malachi and I have known each other. It's like our 10-year anniversary this year. Me and Malachi. Senna says, is it because you know he wouldn't cheat? I don't know. Like, I had my ex-boyfriend, I think, might have cheated on me. But I didn't, it's like that wasn't why I like wanted to break up with him. It was more like, okay, good. No, I can break up with him. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's not, to me, it's not like that. I just don't see it as like this, like, I don't know. Is that bad? Malachi said, and he shared it. He's like, she fucking said this. I've told him this. We've had this conversation before. Ryan says, sex is based off nature, which is divine laws. Back in the day, it was just about mating and good vibes. Yeah. Ryan said, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Is that what you said would have, but I think you meant wouldn't? Yeah, for me, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So like, I don't know. I just like. Gina says they got to keep their relationship going for that joint tour. Well, and they have kids and shit. So like, I don't know. I don't have kids, and I haven't been cheated on by my husband in a fucking decade. So I don't know what that feels like. But I also know that like, I have told my husband for years, like, it's just, I mean, not that I want him to, I don't think he would, but again, it's just like, I wouldn't move to a meet, like I wouldn't be like devastated. It wouldn't like ruin my life. I would just be like, okay, fuck you, like, I don't know what I would do, but I don't know. It wouldn't be like fucking break down and fucking cry. Or I mean, I might cry, but I wouldn't like, I don't know. It wouldn't ruin me. I might cry, and then if anything, it would fucking empower me. So I'd be like, oh, you fucked with the wrong bitch. That's probably what I would, because I would make his life fucking living hell. That's probably why I don't care. I mean, I care, but there will be consequences, is all I'm saying. Oh, God, I'm just giving away too much. Ryan says, I feel like we're all friends just chilling. Yeah, it is. And then I'm over here just like, exposing my fucking everything. That's okay. I don't know. It's just not that. It's not a fucking end of the world deal breaker for me. I mean, like, like fucking like ripping off my business, or like giving my secrets to like a competitor or something. That would be like grounds for divorce or something, but I don't know. I don't even fucking know. Why am I talking about this, babe? They asked about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Okay. Again, for the record, I don't know shit about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Do not pretend to know, and wish them all the best. Oh shit. All right, you guys. Lola, advice for someone entering their 20s, and is there anything you would recommend manifestation wise? Just be very conscious of what you're doing with your thinking and how you're reacting. Don't think that anything that happens to you means that shit's set in stone or that certain things are or are not available to you. Everything's going to work out for you, especially if you know this information. So just like be open, be excited, and keep your thoughts on track. Hey, baby, did that Amazon shit come? Was that all of it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, because I saw that guy outside. What if he was constantly sleeping with that person? No, that's not. If it's if it was like an ongoing thing, that's a different story. But just cheating like once, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't even want to think. Oh shit. Okay, cool. I hope that's happening. All right. Gina said, what if he started his own manifestation channel and started stealing all your videos and clients? If my husband did that, do you know how thankful I would be that I wouldn't have to fucking do it anymore? I would be like, thank you. Somebody threw me a fucking lifeline. That's hilarious. Babe, sorry. Babe, start your own channel, please. That's hilarious. Yeah, if it's a repetitive thing, different story. But if it was a repetitive thing that he was doing, bye, outies, goodbye. Because I don't have to stand for it. But like our bond and like what how we are together as like just people and like what we do, how we like we're a really fucking good team. Like we can do anything together. Just like between the skills that I have and the skills that he have, like we can fucking do anything. So to give up all of that and the history and just all that, like for like a one-time deal, probably not. But yeah, if he was like ongoing having sex with somebody else, like having a full-on affair, definitely like bye, bye, bitch. Then I would be like, bitch. What kind of art do I like? Like physical art? I like music, obviously. I like movies. I'm like looking around. I have like a lot of fucking, I have like a whole gallery wall right here, but it's mostly pictures of me. But from my modeling days, like the pictures that my husband and I took, or like pictures that my friends were photographers took pictures that were like in magazines and stuff. So it's not like, it's not like just my wall of me, but I do have a lot of pictures of myself. In the First Wives Club, Goldie Hawn has that huge mural of herself. I remember being like, whenever I saw that movie, like 13 or 14, and being like, that Elise Donovan, yes, I'm gonna have big ass pictures of. I didn't realize that. Like, you never really think that's a thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna have pictures of my fucking self in my house. Okay, all right, my phone's dying. It's time to go. Okay. Okay, all right, guys. Angel says, would you stop doing this job if you manifested extraordinary career as a singer? I'm gonna say yes and no, because I'm not gonna do this forever. I know that there is a time limit on this. So at some point I'm not gonna be doing it. And I know that my career as a singer is gonna be exactly what I want it to be. So, whereas when I was younger, I really wanted like the whole fame and all that stuff, the fame and fortune. Now I just want the fortune. I don't need the fucking fame part. So like, I like speaking to you guys. I like having this message. I am sharing it. It is my duty right now to let every single person that I can reach and get in contact with and let them know that they are in control of their world and they are doing all of the things in their life with their thoughts. But at some point, I won't be speaking on a platform like this, I guess. I don't know what it's going to look like. I just know that it's not this forever. So, I definitely will be traveling and doing like larger shows and stuff like that. And, you know, the music stuff, I think everything's going to kind of congeal into each other. And I think the music will be a part of the shows. I'm imagining it will be. So at some point, I don't want to be in the public eye, like at all. But right now, I feel like it's a necessary part of what I'm doing in order to get the message out. And coincidentally, it's helping to build the audience that I will, you know, share that music with, because the music is also designed to benefit those who are here with this information with me. So yes and no. Ryan says, so you art. Are you so art of you? Zamina says, I love that mentality you have for your career. I feel the same, as in I want to do something for a few years and then hopefully something completely different. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I get bored with shit. I just can't do the same thing for too long. The only thing that I've ever done like for like long is music. Music is the only thing that I've consistently done my entire life. Everything else is kind of like a season. Modeling, photography. I was on a radio show for a little while, and yeah, this is coming back again, you know, and with the podcast, but it's like they're in little pieces and pockets, but the constant has always been music, and it will always be there. Tell my husband to go record tomorrow's podcast. He has to set up my new set, so he's going to be working already. Roxy Lee featuring Beyonce manifested Jay-Z. Yeah, I'm just going to get ready for my collab with Beyonce. Hold on. We're doing this. Like, all I can see is the video for fucking Savage that Megan and Beyonce did. I'm like, it's Roxy Lee and the Bee. And the Bee. Roxy Lee and the Bee. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to go now. Any last words you guys have? Enjoy yourself, Ryan. Appreciate you. Do I hold Neville to higher standard than Abraham Hicks? I don't hold either of them to a standard. They're literally the same thing I'm doing. It's their job. It's their mission to share what they have uncovered and experienced, and figured out through working with people and writing what they're doing. Like, literally, I have the same job as, I've said this before, and people probably think it's blasphemous, or I don't think I'm Jesus, of course, but I think I have the same job as Jesus, telling people that they're in control of their shit and to, you know, teach them how to use the word to help themselves. So same job as Neville, same job as Abraham, same job as Jesus. I'm sorry, but it is. It's, you know, it's just about, this message has been, you know, what word do I want to use? Not needing, but like making itself this message has been making itself need to be shared. That doesn't make any fucking sense. The message has been, what am I fucking hearing? Making itself known since the fucking beginning. And it's the same message. It always has been. And I mean, it might always will be, I don't know, but I'm here now telling it supposedly some maybe 2,000 years after Jesus, and in a long succession of other people who are also doing the same. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I don't know, this question about how to manifest short distance, I don't know what you're saying. If you're talking about not long distance, rewind, because I actually talked about long distance relationships earlier. And everybody, Dawn Spawn says, anyone and everyone can spread the good message. Yes. And that's part of what I'm doing, right? Like when I say helping millions of people, I don't necessarily intend, or let me take that back. Of course I intend to reach millions of people, but like, I don't necessarily mean that by like, I'm personally going to talk to millions of people, but the message that I'm sharing will, because I'm talking to thousands of people, and then you are all talking to people, and those people are talking to people, and it is spreading, and we are showing people that they are in control. They can have what they want. Life is working out for them if they say it is. And, things just keep getting better for all of us. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Stay on top of your thinking. Keep your thoughts focused. This week's podcast episode is all about my first time deliberately manifesting, going into detail of that ridiculous story. And other times I've had similar instances in my life. And we got the brand new specific person workshop is coming out February 1st. All kinds of new upgrades. There's going to be a brand new free webinar. So if you want to get on that now before the price increase, do so before the 1st. Once that comes out, anybody that's already in the specific person workshop will get all of the upgrades for free. So you can grab them there now. Wait, when's my next YouTube video? Well, it depends. If you mean a clip from my podcast, it'll be on Thursday. Miss your videos. Okay, I know. Listen, guys, I addressed this in the beginning and I'll do it one more time, but like, I know people miss it and stuff, but like also I have to like live my life and enjoy myself, and putting out those videos like that is so, you don't understand how much work it is. And like, that's why you don't see other YouTubers commenting on each other like, you need to make more videos, because they understand. It's like so much fucking work that goes into it. And as somebody who advocates and preaches living your life for you and loving what you're doing, I would be going against my own advice by continuing to hold myself to that standard of putting those videos out like that all the time, because it was just a lot. Like, it was very draining for me emotionally and physically, mentally, time-wise, energetically. And I don't know. I think I kind of got shadow banned, to be real honest with you guys. I think I got shadow banned after I talked about Black Lives Matter stuff during George Floyd week. I'll be real frank. But, so it's like, I still feel like I can provide value without making myself like a slave to the YouTube algorithm to only not be allowed to use it in my favor. It's like, so I don't know. Gina says, do what you want, Roxy. It's your reality. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Like I miss the old videos too. Like, I think they're beautiful and I'm very proud of them again, but like, I don't miss feeling stressed, staying up till 6 o'clock in the morning all the fucking time. I don't miss that at all. I am enjoying being a person and a human being. And I just want people to recognize and understand that, like, I am also a person just like you, just like your friend, your neighbor, your family member, your sister, who like needs a fucking break from work sometimes. Like, I'm not complaining. Like, yesterday, me and my husband did a big photo shoot yesterday. But then this morning I woke up and I was so tired and I was like, oh man, I scheduled a photo shoot on my day off, so I didn't get a day off this week. But that's more rare. Normally I haven't given myself a day off. So, but that's what it's like. So that's where I'm at. Without filming these videos, I still didn't have a day off this week. So that's why I'm taking a break from him. I will. And I actually just asked the universe like a couple of days ago, like, how can I work shooting and filming back into my schedule in a way that feels good for me? And like, what I heard in my head was make shooting fun again. So, and that's the other thing. It's like, when it becomes a job and it's something I feel like I have to do in order to keep my business going, which is not true, then it's not fun for me. It's not passionate. I can't make the videos I want to make because I have to make the videos that I think YouTube will show you. That's another reason I'm not doing it. It's not like I'm not making the videos just for you. I'm making the videos I think YouTube will allow me to show you guys, because otherwise, I just hit 70K today. 4,000 views on a video. And I haven't bought anything. I don't even know I didn't even know you could buy YouTube subscribers until like a few months ago. So I don't know where the fuck. I don't care. But all my growth has been organic, but I don't know how or why the views are tanking. And again, I'm at the point now where like, I know people are like, oh, flip it. I've been flipping for a long time. And I'm just like, all the signs keep pointing to me taking less time on YouTube. Just be, I don't want to, like, I love you guys. I mean, that's why I'm still doing Mindset Monday and stuff. But like, being a YouTuber is not that's not part of my plan. Like, I mean, I love and I appreciate YouTube for allowing me the platform and obviously all the amazing connections we made. But like, it's not my like life goal to be a YouTuber. You know, like I have so much more coming and building out. It's just like, this has been a great place to meet so many wonderful people. But I don't know. Unless everybody that's listening to this starts sharing like all of my fucking videos and like blasting them out and showing people. Not that it's not your guys' job. So, I don't want to get it. I don't like being on the hamster wheel of having to create videos and having to make them only that videos that I think YouTube will allow me to show you to be shown to people. And it's like, even when I fucking do that, 70,000 subscribers, my good videos, 20,000 views on a video that busted my fucking ass and did everything that I was supposed to do. It's at like 20,000 now after like 2 months. So again, I know I'm affirming, I know it, but like, again, it's a long time coming and I'm just kind of over it. I don't want to have to be, I don't want to be triggered in that way to have to constantly clean up that thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, this is my story and I fully am aware that I'm making this my story, but I've also been intending that I am like kind of exiting off of YouTube anyways. So it might be it might be part of the deal is because I'm like, I want to not be on YouTube so much. So whatever way that's coming about in my world, it's coming about as like my views going down and like, to put all that time and effort into it for like 4,000 views. It probably sounds really selfish, but like, it is kind of selfish. You know what I mean? Cause like, if you guys aren't viewing them, then what's the fucking point? Right? Like if 70,000 people aren't viewing them, if they're only showing them to, fucking, what is that? 0.5% of my audience? Is that 5%? That's 5%. Yeah, about 5% of my audience. How is that benefiting you guys? Whereas like the podcast, different story. I don't have to play to an algorithm, reaching people in a different way, reaching a lot of people and able to still give you the information. Sorry, I've been talking about this for like way too fucking long. Whatever's, man. Okay, I'm done. Where will I be? I'll be on my podcast. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. I still read your comments. I'm trying to get back into my Facebook group a little bit more, but it's very hard for me to be in there. It's very triggering me in the group. So it's hard for me to go in there because I get like triggered right away. That's why I have my moderators. And I'm trying to go in there a little bit more, be a little more present and just kind of offer advice when I can and just get out if it makes me feel some type of way. On the podcast, again, I'm still here in the community. We have our live chats on Thursdays and Mondays. Yeah, I'm here. I'm around. My goal is to still provide you guys with the value without having to like break my back constantly every single week for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm sure that I'm talking shit about YouTube isn't helping me not get shadow banned anymore or whatever the fuck it is. So what is the name of the podcast? It's called the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast. And thank you for everybody who is like, being supportive. I appreciate you guys. If you like, Jess says maybe you love podcasts more. I don't know if it's that. I don't think it's that. It's just that the reason the podcasts are easier is because I don't have to do so much. It's less makeup. less, less filming time, less editing time, less uploading time with like, SEO research and all that stuff. So that's why I'm favoring the podcast right now, is because like I can just go like this and turn on my camera and go. Whereas like I feel personally like for the standard I've set for the Roxy Talks videos that I need to be a little more presentable. I can't just be like some fucking, whatever this like sports clothes and shit. Because I'm so sporty. I'm a sporty spice. The most sport I do is like twerking in my living room. That's all I fucking do. Okay, all right. I gotta go. Oh, my phone just died. Oh no, it's about to die. Okay, yeah, Facebook's about to be. Okay, all right. I'm going to read this because you have a nice message here. It says, you help me to stay positive and keep my vibration high to manifest. I learned from you that that doubting and fear is going to make the process take longer. Just calm down and keep imagining. Let it go. Proud of you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Janina says, just thought, why don't you hire someone for editing your videos? I do have someone to edit my videos. It still takes that long because I have to still like do the final edit. What's my background? Like educationally? Or I have a bachelor's in behavioral science. And a minor in criminal. I minored in criminal. Well, I don't have a minor, it's not a degree, but I minored in criminal justice. Oh, my ancestry. I'm black and Irish, mostly Irish is the white. I'm a quarter black. But very much like, my dad being half black, when he first was young, he lived in LA, like downtown, like LA. So he was like the white kid in his neighborhood. And then they moved to Hermosa Beach and he became like, they were like the only black family. And my grandma was a teacher. So he went from being like the white kid to being the black kid. And just like dealing with, like, with my family, I'm gonna just say this, like my dad has a different dad than his siblings, so they're all black, and then my dad had a white dad, so he was mixed, family was black, and so our connection to our black heritage and our ancestry is like very, 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 very important in my family. And like, I was raised to be a good black daughter looking like this. So, needless to say, I had my own identity crises growing up, But yeah, so very proud of my heritage, mixed black and white, mostly Irish. Both of my grandpas were Irish, like all fully Irish. So, and then I have a black grandmother, and then my grandmother is Mexican, but then when I did my ancestry, I have like barely any Mexican in me. So that did not get passed down to me. Just like a couple percentages. And that's it. Okay. All right. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to get, I got to get going because we're going to set up the new, he's got everything taken down here. We're going to set up the new podcast set so I can record today's podcast and you will have it on Wednesday. That's when the thing comes out. And sorry, I'm getting distracted. I was just, you guys are, thank you for yeah. Fuck, what were you asking? Podcast. It's Wednesday. Comes out on Wednesday on all the platforms. You can also watch, you can see it on my website, and I have the whole video. You can watch the whole thing. And then on YouTube, we'll have a clip of it coming here on Thursday. I've got two new affirmations videos coming out in February. One of them is for commitment. No. Yeah, commitment and sexy attraction. The sexy time one. There's a sexy time one and a commitment one. Those are coming out February. I think it's like February 3rd, and then or February 2nd, something like that. And then the following week. And and sorry, I'm getting distracted reading your comments. I appreciate you guys. You're very sweet. I mean, I will have more of the regular YouTube videos coming. I just don't know when exactly, because like I want to do it. So now I'm like I'm feeling more open to it because it's been a while. So I just haven't scheduled it yet. It's on my, like, I literally have it in my planner as like need to be scheduled. I just haven't set a date for when I'm going to film again, but I will. I have like 5. I bought a big old like haul of Roxy Talks clothes like to wear, and then that was like, and I didn't wear any of them before. It was like I got that and then I stopped making the videos. So I have like 5 or 6 things for the outfits, the rocks, for the fucking looks or whatever. Who cares? I can't wear the same thing twice. Okay, I need to stop talking. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, I have a affirmations video about commitment coming on like February 2nd, I think. Okay, love you guys. I can't read. I'm gonna just be on here all fucking day if I keep responding and reading your comments. I love and appreciate you. I thank you so much. We're all raising our vibrations together, and you have the power. I believe in you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week.